Mm. Hey, folks. So it's kind of like showing up to the class early, and the teacher's there setting up because I don't know the best way to capture this for you guys to be able to see me. I'll probably have to adjust it. Do some standing stuff. I don't know if that's good. Let me see. Or we can try something a little more like this. My cat's going to be determined to help us with this yoga class no matter what. So let's see, maybe that's a little better. That's better for now, and then I'll have to move it maybe later. All right, we got one person in here. I just want to do a sound check. If that one person wants to help me out with that, I kind of went live early just to see if we can get angles and things right here. I don't know if I'm too far away. I'm still drinking my coffee. You should drink water when you do yoga, but not the best influence. That feels pretty good. I don't know if that music is audible, too loud, too quiet. Yeah. So, yeah, I got one person here. That's nice. Welcome to yoga. I'm not going to start until 10:45 because that's when I said I would start. So this is kind of my 5 minutes before class. I usually shoot the shit anyway. So I haven't taught a yoga class in a hot minute. It's been, let's see. Last time I taught yoga, full class was probably like 3 years ago or something like that. I don't even know. It's been quite a while. So excited to do it. I got my little cat Beta here. She really wants to be part of this class. What up? You gonna be my yoga student today? Gonna be my little helper. She might like crash the feed or something. I can't guarantee she won't. She was really interested in the laptop. Maybe even me. Yeah, and if you're doing yoga at home, you're gonna have animals and kids or whatever interrupting you. That's just part of the game. So just get used to that. Let it be. Let it happen. Smile. I learned how to do yoga originally. I was in a cramped, busy house. It was never quiet. It's not like I could find a quiet place to learn how to meditate. I had to meditate on subways and buses and in a loud house or in the back of work, with the bustling noises of out front. There's always noise, so you just gotta find ways to tune in and let that stuff wash over you, and then you'll find your quiet place. Yeah, I don't know if that's too quiet. I might have to move the microphone a little closer. Let me know if that's the case, because it looks like it's not picking me up too loud. Let's see what happens. If I come here, is that better? Yeah, it's about the same. So I'll push it back. I just wanted to see what it was doing. I'm not professional, so like I said, if you guys can't hear me, let me know. I'll try and work with that, all that stuff. But wait about 3 or 4 more minutes here. Get yourself a little spot, yoga mat. I got just like a regular couch cushion I'm sitting on. There's the other cat. That's Little Wolf. She'll probably help us out too today. And I don't know how long this will go. I don't really have a set idea. Maybe about 45 minutes, an hour. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's just my kind of yoga is, it's old man yoga is a good way to describe it at this point. But it's really, I focus a lot on breathing. We're going to tune into our bodies. It's not about what anything looks like aesthetically as far as postures go. I'll guide you how to find alignment and stuff like that. But it's really about just breathing, feeling, exploring your body, getting in tune with your body. We're going to do a lot of just loosening it up of joints and muscles. We're going to do a lot of what's called Dvata yoga, or the door into yoga. Just kind of loosening, relaxing, some breathing, stretching. And at the end, we'll do some relaxation and meditation, probably do a little guided thing. Yoga cats. Hey, you stay up with it. You go up there. Catch you on your belly. This is going to be a constant issue. Your cat. There's nothing I can do about the cats, guys. They're going to be a part of this. Yoga with Joe and his cats. Painting your tails right in the way. Move your tail. Now she's getting mad. She's scratching that shit above the. I love it. That shit's hilarious. This is what it's like to have cats. You can't do anything fun. We can't have anything nice. I also can't go to the bathroom alone. This is one hates it when you close doors on her. Anytime you close the door, she's like mad and trying to open it. Well, cool. We're gonna get ready to start here in just about another minute, or right about now. So, if you're doing yoga along with me, just like I said, respect your body, take it easy. We're not gonna do anything crazy, vigorous, anything. And at any point, if we're doing something you don't want to do, don't do it. That's the other rule of thumb. Yeah, just listen along. Do your best to follow along. You can always go back and watch this video will stay up. So my name's Joe, and real baby Joe, and this is my channel. It's also right now / Prima Vidya Yoga, because this is when I had my yoga studio originally. I started this, never really uploaded any content. So, all right. So we're gonna start just by getting comfortable. So if you're sitting, and again, you don't have to look all fancy. Your knees can be up here. It doesn't matter what you look like. If you're all stiff, it'll be more like that. But you're gonna have weird, freaky, open hips. So and tight in other places. So you're just gonna find your comfortable seat. You're gonna rock side to side, and what you're trying to do is find that balance point where the weight's even side to side. So we tend to sit really heavy in one hip or the other. So we're gonna try and sit nice and even in those hips. Then we're going to rock a little bit forward. As we rock forward, we're going to feel the heart lift a little bit. And we're going to rock backward until you feel that point where the heart starts to drop a little bit. We're going to do that a couple times. Rocking forward, feel the heart lift. Rocking back, feel the heart drop. Just let that work with your breath. Inhale. And then come up and forward, exhale. And you're going to find that point when you come forward and your heart lifts. You're going to keep your heart lifting, and you're going to work your way back right to that point where it feels like it wants to drop, and you're going to stay right there. So it might just feel like you're ever so slightly leaning back. You can take your shoulders, roll up, back, and down, and just do that a couple times. Up and down. And you can inhale as you bring them up. Exhale. Relax it down. Just do that a couple more times. Just kind of wiggle your shoulders a little side to side. So then with the top of your head, just work on drawing some small circles. One way, the other. Do that a couple times, just letting it changing the direction. Just remember to breathe. Again, try and make those circles just a little smaller and smaller. So it feels like you got a nice, even center point. And then just relax the body, relax the weight of the body into the floor. We're going to turn our attention inward for a moment. Just focus on the feeling of the aliveness within the body and focus on the breath. What I mean by that is with your eyes closed or with your eyes open, let them be a soft gaze. Start to focus on the feeling of aliveness in your hands and your feet. You can feel your hands and feet alive from the inside, how Just focus on that feeling of your hands and feet being there in space, that alive, present feeling. And let that feeling of aliveness spread throughout your whole body. Start to feel it from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Just relax into that natural feeling of aliveness. With that attention inward, we'll start to focus a little bit on the breath. Paying attention to the diaphragm as it moves with the breath. The diaphragm attaches to the bottom of the rib cage, and as you inhale, it pulls down like a bowl towards the navel. The lungs expand, the body fills with breath. As you exhale, the diaphragm lifts up like a dome towards the heart, squeezing the lungs, squeezing the breath out. And so what we're going to do to increase our breath over the course of the next 10 breaths or so is start to increase the range of motion of that diaphragm. Every time you inhale, at the bottom of that breath, pull the diaphragm down just a little bit deeper, a little more breath in. Every time you exhale, lift that diaphragm up just a little bit higher, squeeze just a little bit more breath out. If you can, inhale and exhale through the nose. Nice deep breath in. Nice relaxing breath out. Really relax the shoulders, relax the weight of the body into the ground as you exhale. Squeeze just a little more breath out. A few more nice deep breaths in and out. This will be the bread and butter of the practice. Dirga Pranayama. Nice full deep breaths in and out. And I'll remind you over and over and over again to breathe. I'll beat it into your head forever. So a couple more nice deep breaths in and out. Feeling the body, feeling the aliveness of the body as you breathe. Maybe feeling that aliveness of the body change in quality or frequency or feeling with the breath. Tuning into all the different sensations, all the different ways the body talks to you. We're going to start to bring movement into this. Every time you inhale, let the arms sweep out to the sides, fingers spread nice and wide, lifting the arms all the way up overhead. Reach, 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 reach. Exhale, let the hands relax down. Let the fingertips touch ground. Inhale. Lengthen the spine, relax the shoulders, lengthen the arms. Exhale, relax. A couple more times. You can add a little pause at the bottom of the breath. Add a little pause if you'd like at the top of the breath. You want to interlace your fingers and reach the palms towards the sky. Relax the shoulders. Hold the breath in for a moment. You can do that. Keep the heart lifting. Exhale, relax it down. That was fun, so we'll do that one again. Nice deep breath in. This time, interlace the fingers the opposite way. Just shift them down one finger, interlace. Reach the palms up towards the sky. Relax the shoulders. Hold the breath in for the moment. Keep the heart lifting. Exhale, release, relax it down. Nice. You're going to keep one hand glued to the mat. I'm just going to talk to reference, thinking about the right side. Keep your right hip pinned to the floor. Lengthen through that whole right side of the body. Keep that shoulder relaxed, but lengthen through the arm. Try and lift the rib cage away from the hip, keeping nice and long in that other side of the body. Stretching out that side. We're going to take a couple nice deep breaths here. Really breathe into the side of the body here. We're going to wake ourselves up. We're going to use this palm and just kind of lightly tap up and down the side of the body here, the rib cage. There's all these marma points in here that are related to the lungs, all these different pressure points. So we're just going to tap these a little bit and take another breath or two. Yoga with Joe, where I teach you how to beat yourself. Relax the shoulder, lengthen. Take another breath in. Good. We're going to slide this hand out just a little bit further. Stay nice and long. Keep that hip glued to the floor on that right side. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Let your body reach over a little bit more. Keep the shoulders nice and back in line with each other. Good. And then from here, you're going to take that top arm and you're just going to let it do circles. Big circles all the way up, over and around. And breathe with that. Lots of breath. Relax the neck. You're going to switch directions, go the other way. Nice deep breaths. Good. You're going to bring it back up. Nice. Roll the shoulders up, back and down a little bit. Just take a moment and pause and breathe. Feel the two sides of the body. Feel what that did. It should motivate you to want to do the other side. So then keep your left hip glued to the floor. Lengthen through that whole side of the body. Relax the shoulder. Think of lifting the rib cage away from the hip. Reach throughout that arm. Spread the fingertips. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Deep breaths. Stay long on both sides. Really breathe into that elongated side. I like side and making noise too. That's always good. Especially when we're doing these things, when we're doing the tapping. One more breath. We're going to do that same thing. Relax your hand and just kind of tap up and down that whole side of the body. Breathe. Loosen up that rib cage. Loosen up the lungs. Keep this hand out here. We're going to stay long on both sides. Just let this hand slide out a little bit. Keep this hip glued to the floor. Lengthen throughout that whole side. Relax the shoulders. Let the shoulders be in line with each other. Keep the neck nice and soft. Breathe. Nice deep breaths. We're going to start to make big circles all the way around. Reach all the way throughout that range of motion. Reach, 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 reach. Breathe. If you're like me, you're hearing musical things happening in your body. And we'll go the other way. Nice deep breaths. Relax everything. Nice. Good. Nice. Bring it all the way back up. Roll the shoulders. Good. Nice. You're going to take your fingers and interlace them around the back of your head. You're going to keep your heart lifted. You're going to relax your shoulders. You're going to let your elbows just relax down. You're going to, as you let your heart lift, your chin's relaxing down towards your chest. You're not pulling with your arms. You're just letting the weight of your arms relax there. Just giving a little bit of extra tension on the back of the neck. Again, heart's lifted. Chin's just relaxing down. Breathing into the muscles that attach from the back of the skull down in between the shoulder blades. Nice deep breaths. Couple here. A lot of us keep demons in the neck and shoulders, so this can be a tough one for a lot of you guys. Just breathe through it, keep the heart lifting. And we're gonna keep the hands where they are. We're gonna let the back of the neck stay nice and long. You can even really support it with the hands right at the base of the neck. And you're gonna keep the heart lifting, and you're just gonna point your chin up to where the ceiling and the wall meet, lengthening the front of your neck, feeling that stretch from the bottom of the chin all the way down to the collarbones here. And we're gonna breathe right there. Again, keeping the back of the neck nice and long, supporting that. Just lifting the chin away from the collarbones and breathing. Try and relax. Relax the jaw muscles. Good. Bring it back up. Nice. You're going to keep the shoulders relaxed, heart lifting. You're going to just back of the neck nice and long, front of the neck nice and long. You're going to turn your head to look as far over one shoulder as you can comfortably without moving anything else. Take a couple breaths here. Lengthen through the sides of the neck as you do this. Good. Inhale back to center. And exhale the other side. They're probably not the same. Don't worry about that. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Lengthen through the sides of the neck. Bring it back. Relax the shoulders a little bit. You should start feeling a little better. Starting to trust me, maybe. This next one's going to be intense because we're going to go for the side of the neck and the top of the shoulder here. A lot of people keep a lot of junk in there. So, and again, these sides are going to feel very different probably to each other for you. So just breathe into these muscles. That's how we get everything to relax. So you're going to take your right hand up onto the left side of your head or opposite side of your head, whatever that may be. Right here over the right shoulder, again, staying nice and long through both sides of the neck. You're just going to let your head relax over that shoulder. And again, the hand's just an added weight. It's just relaxing on there. It's not doing anything, not pulling. It's just right there. We're going to find our stretch by taking the left hand, the opposite hand, and reaching it as far away as you can while your fingertips are still on the ground, lifting up about an inch or so. Relax the jaw and just reach into that empty space. Oh, yeah. Relax the shoulder, reach the fingertips away. Breathe. Relax the jaw. And let your hand rest on your knee, wherever's comfortable. And we're going to take that shoulder and just roll it up, back and down a couple of times. Keep the jaw relaxed. And go the other way. Relax the jaw. Bring it up, back and down. Let it relax down. Reach out through those fingertips one more time. A couple more breaths. There's a lot of junk. I feel it. Good. Bring it up. Relax the shoulders. So yeah, that did something. And then again, with the heart lifted, we're just gonna turn, look as far as we can over one side. Take a couple nice deep breaths. And we're gonna go turn to look over the other side. Shoulders relaxed, heart lifting. Lengthening through the sides of the neck. Good, bring it back. Feel the difference between the two sides. Ooh, yeah. So we gotta do the other side. Left hand up on top of the right side of the head, lefty over the left shoulder. Heart lifting, everything's nice and long through both sides of the neck. Your ear's really just resting over your shoulder. The hand's just there as an added little thing. And it makes your hair crazy, which is fun too. Good. Relax the shoulder down the back. Reach the fingertips away to right where you can touch the ground. Lift up about an inch and just relax the shoulder. Reach into that empty space and breathe. Shoulders relaxed, heart lifting. Relax the jaw. Relax, reach. And then just bring your hand to your lap for a moment, and we're going to roll that shoulder all the way up, back, and down. Keep the jaw relaxed, next, and long. Whatever junk you got in there, let it out. Good. Go the other way. Up, back, and down. Relax. Reach through the fingertips one more time. Couple breaths here. And bring it back up. Relax the shoulders. Lift the heart one more time. Turn all the way to look over one shoulder. Lengthen through both sides of the neck. All the way to look over the other shoulder. Ready to move our legs a little bit at this point, most likely. It's how you trick people into wanting to stretch their legs, because that's always some of the most uncomfortable parts. Yeah, you keep demons in different places in your body. I love what my hair is doing. It's going to get wackier before the end. All right. So you're going to take your feet out about a light distance apart, knees bent. Well, first, before you do that, you can straighten your feet out and put them right in front of the camera. Just flop them side to side a little bit. There you go. Just take your feet, circle your feet, circle the other way. Just bounce the legs a little bit, flop them out, tap on them. Wake them up, because we've been sitting like that for a hot minute. All right, so you're going to put your feet, knees bent, a little bit wider than about a leg distance apart, or a little shorter than a leg distance apart. What you're going to do is let your knees fall all the way over to one side. That, and then come back to the center and all the way over the other side. So if it feels like you're killing yourself, bring your feet a little closer together. You can do that. And if it feels like you want more of a stretch, just walk them a little wider apart and do that. Good. So we're going to keep our hands kind of behind us while we do this. And we're going to try and stay long in the spine. Keep it concentrated to that movement of the hips. Feel the pressure of your hips as they're pressing on the ground, going side to side. You can get a little bit of a hip massage there, especially if you move slow. This is one of my favorite things in the world. Yeah, let it stretch out. We're going to come into this movement a little more now. When you come to one side, you're going to bring your hand to that top hip. You're going to rock that hip all the way forward as you inhale. Exhale, let it rock back. We'll do that a couple times. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock it forward. Exhale, rock it back. We'll do that on the other side. Let it come all the way around. You're going to bring your hand to that top hip. You're just going to inhale, let the hip rock all the way forward. And exhale, let it rock back. Do that a couple times. Inhale. A couple more times. You can do this step as long as you want to. This is, like I said, some of my favorite stuff, because I hold a lot of tension there. So feel free to pause it and do that for a couple more minutes if you want. We're going to, this time when we come around, let that hip rock forward. This time you're going to let your hands swing around behind you. Keep the spine nice and long. And you're going to turn all the way to look over that back shoulder. Take a couple breaths here. Good. Nice. Inhale back to center. Exhale the other side. Again, let your hands float around. Keep the spine nice and long. Turn to look all the way over that back shoulder. A nice little twist in the spine. And we're going to do that one more time on each side. So inhale back to center. Exhale, keep it nice and long. Twist, look over that back shoulder. You can either stay here if you want to play with a variation. You can lower down into your forearms straight behind you. And just if you're doing that, you can look down at the ground, or you can turn to look over one shoulder or the other. You can do all sorts of stuff there. Take a couple of breaths wherever you chose to go. And if you're on your forearms, you can walk it back. We're going to inhale back to center. Exhale the other side. Nice long spine. Turn to look over that back shoulder. Again, you can stay here, or if you want to play a little deeper or a little different, you can go down onto the forearms, straight behind you. Relax the shoulders, either look straight down at the ground, or you can turn your head to look over one shoulder or the other if you want to add a twist. Nice breaths in and out wherever you are. Good. If you're on the forearms, walk the hands back. Nice. Unwind. Back to center. Good. With the knees bent. I'm shifting back a little bit. Knees bent. Feet flat on the floor. You're going to take your hands in between the legs now. You're going to lengthen the spine. And you're going to keep your spine nice and long. You're just going to keep your heart lifting and let your body hinge forward until you feel a stretch to the point where your hips are like, nope, that's where it goes. Then keeping the spine nice and long, you can keep letting your hands come forward, let your back start to round, let the head relax down into a soft, relaxed, rounded back. And that's Kodamasana or a tortoise pose. Just let the head relax down. Now, if you're a freak like me and you got weird open hips and you want to play around, you can do these types of things and all that weird stuff. Clasp your hands behind your back, blah, 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 whatever. Anyway, but none of that's important. You can be like way up here, way here. If you're more here, like palms up and just kind of relaxing into it. Wherever you are, just breathe into the back of the body. Nice deep breaths. You can, if you want, rock side to side a little bit. Just talk to those muscles in the back of the body. See what's going on there. Good. Nice. Walk the hands back up towards the body. Nice. I'm just going to turn sideways on my mat just so you can kind of see what I'm doing a little better here. So what we're going to do, we're going to start. I got to stretch my left leg first. So we start by stretching my left leg first. Take my right foot, just bring it in alongside the inner thigh of the other leg. And again, your knee can be up here. It can look all different ways. You can, don't judge on what people's bodies look like compared to yours or anything like that. Just, we're going to find a stretch here. So you're going to scoop the extra cushion away from your sitting bone there. You're going to let the thigh press down into the ground. You're going to pull the toes back towards you, including that pinky toe back towards your ear. That's probably already feeling a stretch. You're going to sit up as straight as you can. This might just be your pose right here. If you're not feeling a stretch, you can, again, hinging forward at the hips, keeping the spine nice and long. You're going to come forward to a point that's going to, there we are. That's our pose. We're just going to hang out there and breathe. Now you can do all sorts of things. You can reach your toes, hands up, whatever kind of fancy stuff you want to do. But I'm just going to stay right here. This is where I tend to get real tight in the back of the hamstring. So nice deep breaths in and out. Again, if you help sometimes to kind of wiggle the hips a little bit and shift around a little bit, micro movements in the posture. You shouldn't think of a posture as a dead thing, but every breath it moves a little bit. And think pressing that thigh down, pulling those toes back, and lengthening the spine, letting the heart lift and go forward. Nice deep breaths. You may be able to sink a little deeper once you relax. Nice. We're going to keep where we are with this center foot, the opposite foot. We're going to take that leg that was straight out in front of us, and we're going to kick it more out to the side. Oh, and yeah, my hip didn't like it, so I'm going to crawl it back in just a little bit. But again, finding that more of a side motion here. You're going to take your left hand, palm face up, alongside the inside of that leg. And we're going to do that same type of side stretch we did before, where you're just lengthening through that whole side of the body, and you're just going to let this hand slide out a little bit, find that length, let the two shoulders come back towards each other. Breathe here. Nice deep breaths. Lengthen the spine, relax the shoulders. Let that top shoulder roll back a little bit. Breathe. Nice deep breaths in and out. If you want, you can do some of those circles there again. Ooh. Good. Bring it back up. Nice. We're going to bring that leg in. Just straighten both legs out for a second and do this thing again. Just let the feet flop side to side. Circle the feet. Ooh, yeah. Hear those ankles? The other way. Good. Bounce them. All right. We're going to do the other leg. So left foot in, right leg out nice and straight. Again, move the cushion away from that whole sitting bone so that your bony part of your bottom's right on the ground. You're going to think of pressing the thigh down, pulling the toes back. So thinking of that big toe and that pinky toe coming back towards that ear on the side there. Sit up nice and straight. For most of you, for a lot of you, for me, that feels like the pose. If you want to come a little deeper, think of lengthening spine, let the heart lift and come forward. And like I said, for me, it lights up right there, so I can't do much. If you're a fancier, more open, you want to do things where you're touching your toes and stuff, that's all cool. There's poses where you round your back here, like we did in the tortoise, but this particular pose is really to focus on the hamstring and the leg. So we're really focusing on pulling the toes back, pressing the thigh down, lifting, and hinging just right at the hips until the back of that leg lights up. And I hate these. Nice deep breaths into the Paschimottanasana. Posterior stretch. I keep demons in my hamstrings personally. Maybe if you relax a little, you might be able to lengthen a little more, let the heart relax more, just a tiny bit more. Keep those toes pulling back. Thigh pressing down. Oh yeah. And bring it up. Same thing, you're gonna kick that leg up to the side. Again, my hips don't like it as the inner thighs lights this part up a little bit for me. Right palm face up on the inside of that leg. You're gonna take that, lengthen through the spine, left arm up, lengthen through that whole left side of the body. Again, keeping the hip glued to the floor. Let that hand just slide out till you find your stretch. Shoulders relax, shoulders coming back. And again, a lot of this is on this leg, so you are stretching through here as well. So we're getting both. Nice deep breaths. And big circles if you want. Once or twice, just because those are good. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bring it back up. Oh. Ooh, straighten those legs out. Feet flop side to side. Circle the legs. Or circle the feet. Yeah, there you go. Good. We're going to scoot down onto our backs for a moment here. Because, like I said, this is some old man yoga. This is all my favorite stuff to do. So we're just going to roll around on our backs for a second. So you're going to bring your knees in towards your chest. You're going to release the fingers from the knees. Again, if you're a little less flexible, maybe more one hand on each knee. But you're going to keep the back nice and flat on the ground. So think of keeping your tailbone pressed towards the ground and then bring your knees in. Good. And then you're just going to rock side to side on the back a little bit. Just let the weight of the body pressing into those muscles as you shift side to side. Give you a little bit of a back massage. Try and roll a little slower from side to side if you can. Oh, yeah. Try and slow it down. That really gets it in there. Breathe. Oh, yeah. Old man yoga stuff. Nice. You're gonna hold on to the backs of the thighs, and you're gonna rock forward and back. And the same thing, you can just kind of let it be a gentle, slow rock up back. Try to get it up towards the shoulders. Yeah. And if you want to, you can get into your little ab workout with your balance there. Back a couple times. And in fact, we will do that on this together, because why not? So you gotta rock yourself up. If you need to steady with your hands, you can do that. You can actually cheat like this. But what you're gonna try and do is hold on to the backs of the thighs, lift through the heart. Good. Nice deep breaths. Keep the calves parallel to the ground. If you want to make it more of a workout, you can work on straightening the legs, letting the arms down. And hold for a few more breaths. So do something you can do. And let it relax back down. Oh, nice. You come flat onto the back, feet flat on the ground. Palms alongside the body, palms face down. We're gonna press the feet into the ground, lift the hips up off the ground until just the shoulder blades are on the ground. You can kind of lift them, tuck the wingtips of the shoulder blades in against the back a little bit, and put them down. That will help get everything nice and flat there. Open the mouth so the neck's nice and long, and then relax it. And you're gonna think of keeping your shoulders where they are. You're gonna think of reaching your knees away from that point. You want your calves right below your knees here. So if they're not, curl your feet just a little bit more forward. Then you're reaching your knees away, tucking your tailbone under, and lifting through the hips. We're just gonna breathe here. Nice deep breaths in and out. Reach the knees away, tuck the tailbone under, lift the hips. Keep space in that neck. Open the mouth and close it if you need to reset that neck. A couple more breaths here. If you want to go a little further, you can clasp the hands together underneath the body, reach the knuckles towards the feet, walk the shoulders towards each other a little bit on each side, and into a full bridge. Wherever you are, either simple bridge, full bridge, stay for a few more breaths. If you're in the full bridge, think of reaching your knees forward, reaching your heart back, tailbone tucking under, hips lifting towards the sky, stretching out the whole front of the body. Open and close the mouth, reset the neck. Good. If your hands are clasped together, unclasp them. Let the shoulders slide apart. And then you're going to slowly lower down one vertebrae at a time. Ever so slowly over the course of the next few breaths. Slowly setting down one vertebrae at a time. Trying to lift the tailbone at the very end there, so it's the very last part you set down. And let the feet walk together. And just let the knees naturally drift apart, coming to a butterfly relaxation pose for a moment, palms face up. Just gonna take about 5-10 breaths here. Relax the shoulders if you need to kind of lift them up and tuck them in and put them back down. Relax the neck. Again, check in with that feeling of aliveness in the body. Check in with your breath. Take the hands to the outsides of the legs to help bring your knees together. I'm going to bring the knees back in. I'm just going to rock side to side on the back again for a second. We're going to hold on to the backs of the legs, rock forward and back a couple times. challenge yourself with another little ab pose, feel free to do that. Lift the heart, relax the shoulders. Nice deep breaths. Right. Feet come down. We're going to swing around onto our hands and knees, table position. Have hands underneath the shoulders. Fingers are going to be spread nice and wide. So you're going to think about pressing down the roots of all the fingers as well as the webbing between the forefinger and thumb, the outside of the hand. You're going to think of lifting the center of your palm like you had a marble up underneath it. That'll make your hands nice and strong. Good. Right up underneath your shoulders with that. Eyes of the elbows rotate to face forward. Knees right underneath the hips. You can either keep your toes wherever you want. We're going to start with just some cat and dog stretches. You're going to inhale, let the tailbone lift. Let the heart come forward. Let the belly sink down. You're going to exhale, let the tailbone curl under. Let the navel lift. Let the head and shoulders and relax down towards the ground. You can do that with each breath. Inhaling, rolling the shoulders down the back, letting the heart reach forward, tailbone lifting. Exhale, navel's reaching up towards the sky and relaxing down, tailbone tucked under. A couple more of those. Good. We'll come back to center. And you're going to think of keeping your head looking straight down towards the ground. You're going to think of taking your left ear and bringing it towards your left hip, making a C shape with your body. As you exhale, inhale back to center. Right ear towards right hip. So you're staying looking down at the ground. You're not looking at that hip. Keeping your neck and spine straight in a forward back with no twist in it. Just bringing the body into that C shape from side to side. Good. We're going to think of combining those movements kind of. So we're going to make a big circle. If our navel was drawing a giant circle in space, inhaling, rotating up into one side, exhaling down into the other side. Create that kind of circular gyration. And go the other way. Good. And then just kind of roll your shoulders, your hips, let your head move around. Just kind of let your spine really loosen up however it wants for a moment. Good, and come back. Nice. We're going to take our toes, curl them under. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Eyes of the elbows are rotated to face forward, so the bony parts of the elbows. If you were to bend your elbows, come back towards your knees. We're going to curl the toes under. We're going to lift the hips, come into a downward facing dog. So think of, again, pressing the roots of the fingers into the ground, lengthening the back of that body. You can really bend the knees for a moment to find that length in the back of the body. Then work on pressing the heels down, pressing the thighs back. Toes are spread nice and wide, so the feet are nice and even. I'm going to breathe here a few breaths. If you want to just start, I like to walk the dog. So bend one knee and then the other. Let the weight shift into the opposite heel. As you're doing that, you can press the opposite hand into the ground. Gives you a nice cross body stretch there. Nice deep breaths. If you have to come out of this a couple times, do it. I'm going to hang out here for another couple breaths myself. Fingers spread nice and wide, toes spread nice and wide. I'm going to bend my knees, lengthen the spine. I'm going to work on pressing those thighs back and sink into it. Nice deep breaths. Think of pressing the inner thighs out just a little bit behind you. Ooh. Good. I'm going to come forward into a plank pose. If you need to come forward into a kneeling pose, you can do that. Either way, lower down, all the way onto the stomach. Good. Oh yeah. Tops of the feet on the ground. You can wiggle the hips, hands right up underneath the shoulders. You're going to lift the heart up off. What I just did there, I kind of pressed into the ground, lifted myself up for a second, and lengthened my abdomen along the ground, and then set it back down. So my ribs are on the ground, lifting, shoulders relaxed down the back of the neck, nice and long, cobra pose, baby cobra. You can let your heels relax out to the sides here to relax all that lower back area. And if you want to come a little further into it, you can bring your hands a little bit back more by your rib cage. Press up and lift the rib cage off the ground, but keep your navel on the ground. If you want to come a little further, slide the hands back just a little bit more. Keep the pelvis on the ground. Exhale wherever you are. Lower it down. Turn your head to one side. Palms face up alongside the body. Relax the shoulders. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, hands to the other side. Or head to the other side. Yeah, you know what I mean. Couple breaths here. Hands up underneath the shoulders again, lift the heart. This time we're going to slide the elbows up underneath the shoulders. We're going to lengthen that abdomen along the ground. Relax the shoulders down the back and neck nice and long. Coming into a Sphinx pose. Again, heels are relaxed out to the sides. Here we're going to add, like we were doing earlier with the heart lifted, we're just going to let the chin drop down towards the chest. Breathe into the back of the neck. So you inhale, lift your gaze to look forward. And exhale, let the head relax. Do that a couple of times. Nice. Hands back up underneath the shoulders. We're going to press up through table pose. We're going to go back into a child pose. So the hips come back towards the heels. Head relaxes down towards the ground. You can either keep the arms extended out, and tighter hips, stack your fists, let the forehead relax onto the fists. Whatever feels good, stack the palms, or forehead all the way down. Wherever you are, nice deep breaths in and out. Breathe into the back of the body. Relax the weight of the body into the ground. Relax the back. We're going to bring ourselves back up into a table pose. Nice. How are we doing? Everybody still with me? All right. We're going to take that left foot, bring it forward between the hands. You want, again, the knee right over the ankle. You're going to curl the back toes under, slide that back knee back to a point where you feel a stretch in the back, top of that back leg, top of the foot on the ground. Good. Nice. We're going to inhale, let the hips lift back a little bit. Exhale, let them sink. Inhale, kind of lift out just a little bit. Exhale, sink your weight back down. So you can stay right here. If you're comfortable coming up to here, you bring your hands onto the thigh. Keep the back nice and long, let the hips sink, warrior pose. Or knee down, warrior pose. Want to do some stuff with your hands, you can do that. Bring it down. All right, I'm going to curl back toes under for the sake of myself doing this. You're going to let the hips come back, let the toes point back towards your face, let the upper body melt over that front leg into a runner's stretch. Inhale, bring it back. So you're going to bring that leg back and we're going to switch. So again, right foot forward, right knee right above the right ankle. You're going to curl those back toes under, slide that back knee back until you find that stretch. And then you're going to inhale, kind of lift out of it a little bit. Exhale, sink into it. Just do that a few times. Find that place where you're feeling a good stretch. You got something worth breathing into. And again, you can stay right here. If you want to bring it up, keep the spine nice and long. Proud warrior, proud knee down warrior. Breathe wherever you are. Under the arm stuff, do that. And bring it down. Bend the back knee, straighten out the front leg, let the upper body relax forward, really stretch. Okay. Take this leg, slide it back. Bring it back into a child pose. Relax it down. Fingers spread nice and wide. You're going to look forward between the hands. Nose, chest, and chin close to the ground. You let the hips drop. Heart lift, upward facing dog. You either curl your toes under here and let your hips sink into outer space, or you can be more like that. Shoulders relax on the back, lengthen the spine. Good. Bend the knees. Curl the toes, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Good. You're going to walk the feet up to meet the hands. Keep the knees nice and bent. Relax the upper body over the legs. Good. Nice deep bend in the knees here. You can press into your thighs and bring yourself up to stand. I'm going to move my camera here for a second. Talk on me. Okay. Got all the crazy here. We're going to do just a couple of standing poses here. Then we're going to get down for relaxation, so not too much longer. So you're up and standing, just kind of shake out your arms, shake out your legs. Good. We're going to step the feet nice and wide apart. You can't see my feet, but the insides of my feet are parallel, toes are facing forward. Good. We'll walk my feet out about a leg distance apart, whatever's comfortable. I'm going to hinge forward at the hips until my back is parallel with the ground. We're going to, with the tented fingers, bring my hand to the ground. Take the other hand, reach it up towards the sky. And turn my head to look up at that hand. Keep your arms just how they are. Look down at the other hand. And you're going to exhale, let the hands switch out. So left hand on the ground, right arm up towards the sky. Breathe. Work on pressing your thighs back and lengthen the spine. Look down towards the other hand, towards the bottom. Exhale, switch it out again. One more time. Inhale, look up towards that hand. Up in the sky. Look down. Switch. Look up. Look down. Good. From here, if you want to add a pose, it's called jackknife. Bend the knees slightly. You're going to lengthen your spine. Bring your hands into a prayer position or out overhead. It'll make your legs work. Good. Either way, hands on the thighs, bring yourself back up. You're going to take your feet and turn them out to a 45-degree angle. My knees are going to drift apart so the knees are over the ankles. Bend my knees so they're right over the ankles. Work on making the hips parallel to the ground. And tailbone stuck under, core is engaged, shoulders relaxed, hands out by the sides, relax the shoulders, reach out to the fingertips. Nice. You can bend the elbows, palms face forward, fingers spread nice and wide, let the elbows draw back. Tailbone stay curled under, sink the hips a little more. Goddess pose, nice deep breaths. This will make you warm. Few more breaths here. If your legs are shaking, that's okay. Relax the body, relax into it. It's just a lot of aliveness. Good. Straighten the legs. Walk the feet forward. Shake the legs up. And do a little bit of a balance pose here. So do Tadasana or tree pose. The easiest way to do it, you can't see my feet, unfortunately. I'm not going to move the camera, but my tippy toes still on the ground, right next to my ankle. I'm turning this knee out to the side. My hips are here, and it's right there. So all of my weight's in this standing leg, slight bend in the knee. And if you want to, you can lift that foot up onto the ankle, onto the calf, inner thigh, any of that stuff. But I'm going to be lazy, keep it right there, tippy toe on the ground. Knee turned out. Hands up. Relax the shoulders. It's okay if you fall. First way, it's a treat. And bring it down. Shake it out and switch. Again, find your pose. Tippy toe on the ground. ankle, calf, inner thigh, do lotusy stuff, whatever you want. You're advanced, do advanced stuff. And breathe. Music gets interrupted by a phone call. And let the body sway a little bit if it's okay. Exhale. Bring it down. Cool. And we do just one more pose. We're just going to do a regular mountain pose. So feet about shoulder width apart, or a little less. Slight bend in the knees. Weight even in both feet. If your hips were a soup bowl, no soup spilling out the front or the back. Nice neutral hips, long spine. We're going to bring the arms up again. Relax the shoulders first. Spread the fingers nice and wide. I'm just going to stand here for about 10 breaths or so. You can close the eyes if you want. Feel the feet, feel the hands. Relax the shoulders, lengthen the arms. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Over the course of the next 5 or 10 breaths, you're ever so slowly going to lower your hands down. And as you lower them down, they're going to let them slowly come together into a prayer position in front of your heart. Just let them float ever so slowly, like slowly falling feathers. Slight bend in the knees, weight even in the feet. Relax the shoulders, soften the heart. You might almost feel like they're pulling towards each other as they get close. Come together in front of your heart. Just breathe. Nice. Shake it out a little bit. And we're going to make our way down onto our backs again here for a quick little relaxation. And then that'll be the end. So you're going to relax down onto your back. You can take your fingers, tent your fingers. You're going to lift that one shoulder blade off the ground, let it tuck in towards the back, and put it down. Same thing on the other side. And then turn your palms face up. Open your mouth as wide as you can. Rock your head a little side to side, close it. That should reset your neck. Tailbones curled under. Relax the feet out so they're about shoulder width apart. And just kind of wiggle until you're nice and flat and comfy on the ground. Then go back to focusing on that feeling of aliveness inside the body. Just relax into it. More and more with each breath. We're going to rest here for about 3 minutes or so. 5 minutes. Just allow the weight of the body to relax into the floor more and more with each breath. Start to bring your awareness back into the body, deepening the breath. You can bring back small movements, like wiggling your fingers and your toes. Gently rock the head, maybe a little side to side. Bend the knees. Roll over onto one side. You can stay here for a moment if you'd like, using your arm as a pillow and rest on one side. Try and maintain some of that peace and inner quiet. You can slowly make your way back up into a seated position. I invite you to go ahead and just keep your eyes closed for a moment. Just rock side to side, finding the even seat. Relax the shoulders, lengthen the spine. Feel the body. Notice if the body feels different now than it did an hour ago. You can either just listen or you can join in. I'm going to bring my hands to my heart. I'm just going to end with an Om. It's 3 sounds rolled into one. Ah, oh, and It's just all chanted at the natural tone, natural breath. Hariom. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste. Hope y'all enjoyed that. I'm going to let y'all slide. Feel free to like, share, comment, and all that stuff. Cool. Hell yeah. Glad you were there, Ange. Nice. Glad you got to take it. Cool. Hope feel free to come back and take it again. I'll try and put up another one sometime next week, hopefully. So my laptop battery's going to die here pretty soon. So I'm going to end my stream and let it upload. And I will see y'all later. Hope you have a great day. Om Shanti. Peace.